Are you tired of riding Nessie to grab the swimming beast in the cavern star the normal way? Are you a beginner speed gamer and do not want to do the slow elevator clip anymore? Or are you an experienced speedrunner and tired of failing box triple jump over and over again? Well, I have the solution for you. Let me introduce the HMC Sign Clip. This is a pretty recent discovery found in 2024, and it allows you to go from the start of the stage directly to the star. Now, how difficult could it be? It is not that bad. Let me show you my friend Chrythalid's explanation on how this works.
Mario has to hit the seam between the two wall triangles of the left wall of this sign. This is floating point perfect. If you pick a random Y value along this seam, there's a 1 in 135 chance that there exists a single Z floating point value that will allow you to get the double wall push. A single Z unit here is 1/2048th of a unit. In real life, this would translate to roughly the width of a red blood cell. This means that if you try to completely YOLO this strat, the odds of success can be calculated to be somewhere in the range of 1 in 1 million to 1 in 10 million. Clearly, it will not be possible to find a setup for this strat that is even remotely reasonable.
Precision in the size of a red blood cell. 1 in 10 million chance. Sounds easy enough, right? Let me try it out. Of course, in true fashion of my content, blindfolded. Well, that was too easy, man. Jokes aside, in the last few weeks, my good friends Circumark, Kano, other runners and researchers have been working relentlessly on making a new RTA viable setup. That means a setup that speedrunners could use in actual speedruns without depending on a 1 in 10 million chance of luck. And sure enough, in true speedrunner fashion, they found something amazing. What I demonstrated in my blindfolded run is the newest setup. It reduces this infinitely precise trick into only 2 frame perfect inputs. First, you have to run into the sign to get a straight angle. Then you crouch and Mario Cam, and hold down the stick for exactly 6 frames. You can make easily distinguishable visual cues or even pause buffers similar to carpetless setups. From here, you can simply jump, change the camera again, and pause 1 frame after being airborne. With this, the setup is guaranteed to work. The best part about this strategy is that the frame perfect jump can actually be repeated quite easily, as your angle does not change if you fail. So the only part of the strategy that can actually fail right now is the 6 frame long crawling angle change. It is so amazing to me that speedrunners manage to find setups like this one to make seemingly impossible strategies work consistently with human gameplay. Kano, for example, started grinding this strategy on the first day of the discovery and already got insane streaks like hitting it 14 times in a row. New backups and setups are still constantly being found. It is a really exciting time for SM64 speedruns once again. But what does it actually mean for the speedruns? Will people actually use this? Well, it depends. After my initial testing, my personal answer would be yes. It will be certainly used, especially in high-level 16-star speedruns. This trick should save roughly 2 seconds with good execution over the old box triple jump strategy, which, speaking in high-level 16-star terms, is a gigantic time save. Similar to the new Fire CBLJ strat, it might take some time for players to pick up, but I'm certain that it will be used in runs in the future. It is consistent enough to go for the potential time save. In longer categories like 70 or 120 star though, the question is a bit trickier. I believe in those categories, consistency is still much more important. While comfortable runners might go for it eventually, I do not think it will become the norm anytime soon. The trade-off might simply not be worth it. Then again, it has only been a few days since the newest setup discoveries, so maybe there will be even faster or safer strategies soon. Meanwhile, I wanted to gather a bit more data about this trick, so I booted up my game and went to try it out myself. After learning the initial setup, I instantly knew that this would be viable for blindfolded speedruns. All the inputs are very simple and normalized after all. Hitting a frame perfect angle change can also be decently consistent by just practicing the timing, similar to what I did with the carpetless setup. And so my journey began. A journey that would change my life forever. For reference, the blindfolded world record for this star was a 19.9, performed by me on 19th January 2024. When I started, I was not even sure if I would be able to beat this time, because of the multiple frame-perfect inputs. For blindfolded without visual cues, there are 3 main problem parts of this strategy. First, the actual clip itself. These are 2 frame-perfect timings back to back, what I already explained earlier. First a 6-frame long crawl, and then a perfect pause after the jump. Turns out that for blindfolded, this is still the easy part. After you land in the water, you next need to set up your angle properly, and this is really tricky. In order to go straight to the star, you need to turn in such a precise way that it basically equals to another very small frame window. And to make things worse, we do not have any visual cues for jumping onto the island. This means yet again 2 frame perfect jumps, otherwise Mario will just slide down the slope. If you then previously set up the angle correctly, you should be in the general vicinity of the star. That is the basic breakdown of the strategy, and so I started my first few attempts. But yeah, the swims at the end will be the problem on this version. Because I cannot play on this. First try. Yeah, I cannot do the jumps on emulator, dude. It's so different. I cannot do the jumps, dude, but this was literally first try. Like, it's not hard, as I said. It's so funny that this will not be faster than the blindfolded record anyways. You're kidding me, dudes. Too far left, damn it. Ain't the ending. That's the hard part about this. Why would you stand on the side there? Jesus Christ, that is so dumb. It's funny because 1 frame too late you can tell because there's an audio cue. It's also good. On me, this jump I can do 90% of the time. On the emulator, it's so hard. World's first sign clip blindfolded. Okay, we're gonna do it faster though. Oh, 21? 21 seconds? Dude, we can beat the IL record. I made a mistake, like a huge one. Yo, yes, world record! Let's go! 19.7, dude! After struggling for a bit, I finally got a clean run, and with that a new world record by a few frames. Of course, the run was still improvable, and I was just getting started. People were excited and I wanted to improve the record even more. No! What do you mean? I was so close, dude. Missed the jump, man. It's a new world record, but still didn't get the rollout. Very close to sub 19, dude. Yes! Boom! 18.46, dude. Back to back as well, twice in a row. And there we have it. The first time in the world that the blindfolded 19-second barrier has been broken. But still, I had this one big hiccup by accidentally sliding down the slope at the end once. I knew I could do better, and so the grind continued. Yes! 17! Dude, maybe we can sub 17 actually. That was still with a mistake. That was still with a mistake, dude. Sub 18. A time I would have never imagined before. But still, there were small mistakes, like a small slide on the island again, and not rolling directly into the star. That let me ask the question, is potentially a sub 17 possible as well? I was convinced of it, and only a few tries afterwards I got this run. Huh? Why was that so slow? Why was that an 18, dude? Huh? Okay, not this one, but this one. $17.7. Okay. Wait, is that new world record? Yet another small improvement, but again, a weird slide on the island. The island part quickly turned out to be the actual hardest part about this whole challenge. I definitely knew that I could still improve this, and the stubborn speedrunner I am, I didn't want to give up. Now, for context, I already had lots of plans for the stream on that day, but at this point, we were grinding the blindfolded HMC Sign Clip for around 2.5 hours already. I felt like we were close to maxing out the strategy, so as soon as I would get one more good run and PB, it will finally be over, and that's how it works, right? Surely, this is how it will work out, right? After the last 17.7 world record, I continued the grind. One last attempt, I said. Well, that one last attempt took me another 2 whole hours. Another 2 hours of resetting what feels like billion times, failing the angle setup, failing the jump, failing the island and getting not fast enough times. I was mentally and physically at my limits. I've been doing the same star for 4.5 hours straight at this point. But there were so many attempts that would have been it if I only did hit all the frame perfect inputs. I was torn between pride of pushing through and getting it, or swallowing it all and giving up. So I did a few more attempts and then decided to do the wise thing and leave it be. Oh, shit. Close enough, dude. I'm done. I was close enough. It would have been it, but... Ooh. I am completely drained. I feel like I've spent the energy for the entire week right here. Oh god, dude. Never again, though. It was fun while it lasted, but we are done with this. We don't have to do it ever again. Besides right now, because I'm gonna get the world record right now, dude. And just like that, I continued the grind once again, for yet another full hour. Looking back, I honestly do not know what I tried to achieve at this point. I clearly knew that my reaction time, my internal timing, my beat counts, my muscles, they all have stopped functioning properly. So I knew I would not really be able to make it. But every time I thought that, I clipped and I got a perfect run. And then I failed the star grab. I cannot overstate how often I had the 16 pacer and then messed up the angle setup at the end. This star right here has quickly become the worst single star grind I have ever done in my life. So many frame perfect inputs, so many unreliable and inconsistent jumps that you need to make. 5.5 hours have passed, way past my usual streaming time, and I honestly stopped caring at that point. So I told my chat, last successful clip, and then we are done for good. No way. You do this to me on the last attempt? The standing on the side? Are you actually kidding me? This is how it should end? After all the hardship I went through, and he just stops at this one pixel where you can stand on the island? I don't even get a final clean attempt to send it off. Okay, chat. One more successful clip. We failed it, it's okay, it was very close one more time. But I'm done. I'm fully done with this, dude. Very unfortunate we couldn't do it. After all, we were so close by like a pixel for like 100 times, dude, but I can't, dude. I'm super done. And with that, I was done. My body ached, my mind was spinning, but I could not push through. I couldn't get the final achievement that I strived for. I was frustrated, it felt horrible, and honestly, I felt like I wasted my entire stream doing this for so long. But you know, just a few minutes after the initial frustration, I realized the important things. I have achieved great results, improved the world record multiple times, and can be really proud of what I have accomplished. Me and my chat had a blast seeing this new strategy be used not only visually, but even blindfolded. We laughed, we cried, it was a great time overall. And you know what? It is an important lesson to learn. Striving for improvement is great, but perfection is not always the answer. Especially in speedrunning, which is such a mentally tough hobby, it is important to sometimes get reminded that, yeah, we are just humans. It is totally fine to make mistakes. It is totally fine to not be perfect. It is much more important that you have fun in the process, that you over time improve yourself, and that you do not give up in the long run. This grind has once again taught me a lesson that usually is the fundamental core of my speedrunning principles. Persisting when things get rough, sleeping a night over it and trying again with a fresh mindset, enjoying the journey of learning and not rushing things, having fun with the community, and simply enjoying it all. It was only because of these principles that I always have followed that I could perform grinds like the Blindfolded 120 star completion or the sub 20 16 star grind. And especially recently, during 70 star, I feel like I have lost track of these principles a bit. So, while this grind might have seemed like a really stupid thing after all, I think I learned a lot from it, both gameplay wise and about myself. This, my friends, is the story of how HMC Sign Clip changed my life. Thank you so much for watching. Huge shoutouts to my patrons Bob Farrell, Ben Litz, Boris, Zeeksmany, King Roops, Sada, and all the other ones as well. Subscribe if you want to see more documentaries about SM64, blindfolded speedrunning, and my own personal journey as a blindfolded speedrunner. See you next time. Bye bye.